So I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I wanted to have some time to kind of get all my information that I wanted to talk about in this video today. So this video could probably be an hour long. Again, I'm going to mention, guys, that I am a work from home mom, and that most of the times I have my kids, and for my oldest, he's normally in school, but today he's not in school. So you may hear them running around, you may hear them acting crazy and whatnot. It's just something I just pray that you guys just learn to just kind of tone out and know that, you know, some things I just can't help being the full-time mother. And of course, you know, I love my children, and they're bad, but you know, they're adorable. So I just pray you see it that way as well. Also, I do have two dogs. I have one that's still training on the barking thing and scratching and whatnot. So she's sometimes loud, so you may hear her. The other one is perfectly well trained, so he's not going to be a bother. The only time he would be a bother if he gets lonely and he comes up to me and wants to get pet. So other than that, husband is at work and I am home and I am recording today's vlog. So today's vlog is pretty much going to be about the appointment yesterday, pretty much the update on what's going on with me, and I got three things from Dollar Tree, but I'm only gonna show two of them, because the other one is kind of over there, and I don't have a pause thing on this thing, so I don't want to do two whole videos because, guys, the editor that I have is like a fucking headache. But anyway, enough of the talking. So, guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the appointment. So, guys, if you guys have seen my other videos about the subchronic hematoma diagnosis, which is the bleeding in the uterus. So yesterday was the appointment. You know, we were nervous, but we prayed. And of course, you know, like I told you guys before, I started to get better. But after I posted that video, I started to have pain again. And it was more sore upper pain than lower pain. Like I was still having, I was having vagina pain and whatnot. And it got into the point, like, I thought I had to go to the hospital. But then eventually it calmed down. But it was still happening on and off. So anyway, went to the appointment. We had to get everything situated with our kids, guys. We do not have a full-time babysitter. And everything is so freaking expensive. I know I'm going around the world with what I'm talking about, but guys, this is pretty much going to be a flow vlog. So basically we're going with the flow, and it's kind of just Whitney being Whitney. Of course, the channel is called Being Whitney, so this is just how I am. So I ramble at times, but I do eventually get to the point. My husband tells me all the time, babe, when you tell me a story, you give details beyond details. I know. I'm a talker. But anyway, back to the whole topic. So anyway, guys, we went to the appointment. The appointment, we had two different appointments. We had an ultrasound appointment, and we had where the one that the doctor comes in and kind of talks to you and whatever. The ultrasound appointment, we were sitting down, and I started to get nervous because I didn't know what she was going to say, but at the same time I was hoping that she would say the blood has resolved itself and everything's great. So anyway, we get in the back. We see the same lady, one of the main ladies, that actually did the ultrasound the last time. And, you know, she was more calmer. And as soon as she as soon as she was looking for the baby and everything, she said, oh, some of the blood has resolved itself. You still have bleeding in your uterus, but some of the blood had resolved itself. We got to hear the baby's heartbeat, and it was super duper loud, guys. and it was 168, which is really good. The last time we didn't get to hear it. We saw the waves of the heartbeat, but she just couldn't get the heartbeat to, the sound of the heartbeat. So she measured it and it was 164. But guys, disappointment, it was 168. And we got to hear it, and she or he is so strong. Okay, so that was a sign of relief, guys. A sign of relief. So that made me cry a little bit because I have been so worried that I was gonna have a miscarriage. That I was so worried this baby was gonna die inside of me, And I'm sorry, as a woman of faith, you still have to realize you are a human being and you have emotions and you have feelings. And for a lot of people in the world, they're very sensitive on a lot of things. And this was a very sensitive moment for me. And to have that relief that some of the blood did resolve itself and to finally hear the baby's heartbeat, it took a lot off me, and I was smiling and the baby was moving and the baby was kicking and oh my gosh, it was just so amazing, guys. I just felt like everything was going to be okay, And so I'm talking to, I cannot remember what they are again. But the ultrasound lady, I was talking to her and I was asking her, was everything all right? Because because the last time she took a picture of my ovaries and, my cervix and my kidneys and stuff like that. And then this time she took a picture of my liver. She took a picture of my ovaries again. She took a picture of my cervix. And there was this blotch that was at the top of the baby where the placenta is. I've seen it the last time and I asked her about it. I was like, because at first I thought it was two babies because it's like two circles, but except one is like sort of kind of colored in a little bit and one was the baby. And I seen it the last time, but this time I saw it and she took pictures of it this time. And I asked her, I said, is everything okay? She's like, oh yeah, babies looks good, blah, blah, blah. But she was taking so many pictures, guys, of my stomach. So many pictures, like not even the baby anymore, just my organs, everything. And I just told my mind and myself, just relax, I was kind of still sad, the fact that I still had blood in my uterus, but I was kind of relieved knowing the baby was strong and that the blood had resolved itself some. But the issue was in the back of my mind, something isn't right. But she would never tell me. She just said everything looks good, Anyway, we finished with her, which, guys, I'm going to show you guys the ultrasound pictures that we have. We got 3 this time. So we are 10 weeks and today I am 10 weeks and 4 days. But yesterday we were 10 weeks and 3 days. So guys, let me see if I can get these pictures together. So, I hope my lighting's not too bright. So this one is, gosh, I hope you guys can see it. So that's the baby. And these two are the baby as well. Let's see if we can get these right. And then that one. There. Oops. Sorry about this, y'all. So, that's so far. Go sit down now. So guys, like I said, and I warned in the beginning that you may hear my kids. it's something, it's out of my control. It's not 100% in my control, because whenever I'm recording, I can't pause like most people can. So it's kind of going to be hard, you know, and plus I'm a full-time mom, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, so anyway, we go to the waiting room, and we go to the waiting room, and me and Johnny are sitting in there, me and my husband's sitting in there, and we're just joking with each other and laughing with each other and just trying to, you know, cheer each other up, you know, because at the same time we still had bleeding, but at the same time we were so happy the fact that we finally heard the baby's heartbeat, and we finally got to see the baby move, and that some of the blood did resolve itself, you know. So we decided to just be happy and be joyful that the baby was good, you know. Sitting in the waiting room, I had to, what I had to do? Oh, I had to get weighed. Okay, so they weighed me. I am 213 pounds. So I've gained 13 pounds. Well, I was 213 probably when the last workout came out, and after that I dropped like 5 pounds, and then I think I stayed 213 probably from 5 weeks till now. So I'm not really gaining. I know the last appointment I was 223 pounds. But like Dr. Safront was like, you know, what was your pre-pregnancy weight? And it was 200 pounds. And, you know, to some people that's bad. How you're 200 pounds and you're gonna, you know, fuck that, you know. Yeah, I was 200 pounds. Fuck out of here. Like, I'm sorry. But anyway, so I was 223 or 222, 223, something like that. Anyway, now I'm back to 213. Am I trying to lose weight? No. But I'm not trying to eat all those carbs and stuff like that I've been eating. I've definitely been pushing in more of my vitamins. I mean, not vitamins, more of my veggies. Definitely trying to get in a lot of veggies and a lot of salads and a lot of healthy foods. And I definitely don't do, processed meat. I definitely cook beef where I have to cook it. And definitely, you know, you gotta be very careful to try and get it fresh. Like some places it's not fresh. I'm sorry. But anyway, I know I'm getting off topic again. When I get into that moment where there's something I really want to say, it's gonna happen. So you're learning me. You're learning what I'm like and everything. So this is how I am. But anyway, guys. So we're sitting in the waiting room. Eventually, they call us to go in the back. And as soon as the girl's fixing the bed and everything, and she's like, oh, your doctor wants to talk to you about your ultrasound. And okay, and then she walked the door, and that put me on edge more. Because I'm like, I've asked this ultrasound lady, was there an issue? Was there a problem? You know? And so I called my mom about it. And my mom was like, well, she couldn't tell you. She couldn't tell you if there was an issue because it's not her place. It's for the doctor to tell you, even though she knew. And I kind of was relieved, you know, and I kind of, in my gut feeling, knew that she couldn't tell me. But at the same time, people who go through so many medical diagnoses with pregnancy itself, you want to know if something's wrong with your child. You don't want nobody to wait until a doctor has to come in, your doctor has to come in, when you already know. We can see the concern on your face. That's why we ask, is something wrong? You know, we can see the screen that something's not right. Why are you doing this? I've never had this done before. But at the same time, I respect that. You know, that's how their job description is. And, you know, they have to abide by it or find a new job. And, you know, sucks. But anyway, so that put me on edge. And my husband has never been in a female clinic. So he was curious about everything. So he saw the posters and stuff of pregnant women with no clothes on. Of course, they're talking about the breasts and the difference in what's happening with your breasts and everything from, you know, when you're not pregnant, when you're going through ovulation, and when you're pregnant. And just showing the vagina and different things like that. So he was like, oh my goodness, I've never seen that before. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you never been to a female clinic? He's like, no, never. You know, I'm like, gosh. And the reason why I say he's never been in a female clinic, he's gotten someone pregnant before, very, very long time ago. And, you know, it just didn't happen, of course. But at the same time, you know, for the first couple months, you know, you would think he would know. But he never, you know, now, like, I tell him all the time, I say, you got to go on the internet. You got to look at these videos and stuff like that. You need to prepare your mind, because I can tell you what I'm feeling. I could say, hey, that's the baby moving and whatnot. But you have to also research this stuff. And I'm talking to the males, the men. You have to also research this stuff, because what we go through is like the most precious thing in the entire world. And there's some people who don't agree that it's precious 100% because they don't like express their pregnancy. But I love every moment of being pregnant. The only time I don't like it is when it's summer and all my kids are summer, and it's just really hard carrying a lot of pounds, you know. That's the only thing about it that I don't like. Is pregnant women they don't like to be hot. No. That is not a good feeling. You talking about a cranky bitch? Cranky. Okay? But anyway, guys, again, off topic. But anyway, yeah, so he saw all these things. So he's learning all these things for the first time. And then he got to see the display of how to insert a ring, birth control ring. And so he's just pulling on the string and pulls it out. And he's like, oh, what is this, babe? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I had to kind of tell him about it and everything. And he got to see let's not get into that yet, because the doctor isn't coming yet. So he's playing with the ring, just playing with it. I'm like, oh my goodness, seriously? He's like, babe, this is supposed to prevent pregnancy? He's like, once I stick my penis in there, the ring is going to be wrapped around my dick. I was like, oh my gosh. It was just so entertaining, guys. I have all this on recording, so I will, I have to edit all this, the audio part of it, guys, but I will upload an audio of what the doctor said and everything. I kind of got to cut it up and everything because me and my husband was so bored sitting in there. So we're waiting. So he's playing with the ring and everything. So we're waiting in the doctor's in the room. We're waiting for the doctor. And the doctor took about I want to say an hour. We were there for like 3 hours. I think an hour. Yeah, almost an hour. It took her to come in. And now, mind you, the girl didn't tell me to undress, nothing like that. No, I know how my appointments are supposed to go, and they just have not gone like they were supposed to. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm supposed to get my swab done, my pep done, those types of things done, you know, those tests is done, of course, and blood work and stuff like that, right? I know these things, but I haven't gotten it done. And every time, the first time I left the appointment, I told my husband, I said, that's not how it's supposed to have been. I'm supposed to have blood work done, and I'm supposed to get a swab and everything, and nothing. So I left it alone. Yeah, I just left it alone. But anyways, the doctor came in. The doctor finally came in, and the doctor was like, oh, we got to get a swab done on you. And so we're going to have to get you to take your bottoms off. All I did was just look at her, because I knew it had to have been done that day. And the blood work was supposed to have been done when I first came. No. So I said, okay. And she said, your PEP, you're up to date. You don't have to do that, but we have to do a swab and stuff like that. I said, okay. And then the little helper, you know, she was just like panicking kind of, because she felt like she was messing up or whatever. I don't know. But she was just running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to prep the bed and get the stuff out. And so she left, the helper left, and then the doctor was there. And she was like, I might as well go ahead and talk to you about your ultrasound. And she said, you see here, right here. So she's circling with her finger. And I'm like, yeah, I see that. That is a mash. A mash? She's like, yeah, it's some type of mash right next to the placenta, and we don't know what it is. She said, we're not trying to alarm you to say, you know, it's something bad or whatever, but we feel that you need a second opinion. So we're going to send you to a prenatal clinic. So that's what we're going to do. And so I said, you know, well, the top of my abdominals, it's kind of bulging out. And she's like, no, it's not that. It's not that. This is coming from the inside. I said, okay. My husband wanted to jump up and smack the fuck out of her, but, you know, I said, but let me pause the story for a second. Hold on. Let me say what I got to say. You can have something going on in the inside of your body. That does not mean it's not going to... Can't get the words out because I'm so pissed off. You can have something happening inside of your body, and it can reflect on the outside tissue of your body. What's the point? You should have listened, because it's been an issue for me for about 4 weeks. And it started when I first started getting constipated, and I wasn't thinking, don't eat so much starch. But I got really bad constipated, and it's like, oh yeah, when you're pregnant, it slows down, you know, and I forgot about that. But laxatives would always do the trick. Magnesia would always do the trick for me. Hot water would always do the trick for me. Walking, exercising would always do the trick for me. But for some reason, it would not go. And I had a horrible marathon with laxatives and laxatives. I even called the nurse, the emergency nurse at the clinic, and I told her everything that was going on. I told her exactly what I did, and it didn't alarm her, because anybody that takes a million laxatives like that, it's going to affect your inner body. It can cause you to bloat. It can cause you to have pain. It can cause you to develop something like a tumor in your body. Anything can happen with those chemicals in your body, and your intestines is trying to contract, and it's got all that laxatives and those chemicals and stuff in your body, and you're not knowing what's happening. You're not knowing if it's eating your stomach. You're not knowing what's going on. And I was doing all those things, and I told them that. And for some reason, I developed where it was bloated, like up on the top part here. And to this day, it's still like that. And it's concerned me to the point I needed to make an appointment to see a gastrologist to try and figure out what's going on in my body now that I've taken all those laxatives and whatnot. So me trying to explain, and she cuts me off and everything, that just sent me into a rage. Like, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you, lady. And it makes perfect sense, because you're not me. I know how my bowels can be. I've had moments where I've had to go to specialists and whatnot to get my intestines and everything under control. And now that I've used so many laxatives, trying to relieve the pain, like, guys, when I get constipated, it causes a lot of pain, so bad. It takes away my energy. That's really why I haven't been like uploading a million things and doing so much like I have in the beginning. My body has just been feeling horrible. So I just let it be. And she was like, no, it's just a mass thing, and we're going to send you to a specialist, because I don't know really what it is. Guys, I feel for medical people, anyone in the medical field, because some do listen to you, but you have these high and mighty ones that just, you can't be about money. You can't be about paying your bills and getting through it and getting the work done fast. You got to listen to your patients. You wonder why so many medical people are getting sued? It's because you're not paying attention. You rush through these classes, you get the job and everything, and so many of them, they change for the wrong reasons. And then they half-ass it. They're half-assed, and they lose sight of the purpose of it. You're here to help people and understand what they're going through, because you don't. A book is not going to tell you everything. So many things have changed in time, and so many things have developed in time. You got to listen. And the fact that she didn't, it bothered me. It bothered my husband. And I didn't think it bothered him until she was like, yeah, we don't know what it is, but we're not trying to alarm you or anything. We just want a second opinion, because I don't even know what it is. And she's like, but I'll be right back. And she left. And then my husband immediately sat up, and he was like, just looking at me, and I just was kind of repeating back how I felt, what I felt. And he was just like, yeah, she pissed me off. The fact that she cut you off, I wanted to get up and slap the fuck out of her. I'm like, it gave me a sense of relief that my husband understood the appointment this time, and he saw it, you know? Mm. You know, most parents don't want to sue people. Not for things that can't be prevented. But I'm worried. And me worrying, I really didn't sleep a lot last night. The appointment ended where she swathed me and everything. Didn't even let me know that she was done. And I'd ask. And I asked, I need something for, so I can go to the bathroom. I think she gave me like the cheapest fucking medicine possible. I have really good insurance. And I want something that's going to fucking work. Anyway, she gave me some medicine. I gotta pick up from Walmart today, so I'll probably do another fucking video and about it. She wouldn't give me iron tablets because she's like, oh, your iron's fine, you don't need none. But bitch, I know that I'm anemic, and my thing is I had a whole week marathon of eating kale, so that could be why. And I told her, and she's like, oh yeah, that would do it. So that's probably why my iron's up. What else? My husband was cranky the whole appointment. He was so hungry, and he finally was able to eat. And he felt he came back down to himself. He was cranky though. He was so cranky. He was giving all these women, all these doctors and stuff, attitudes and whatnot. I'm like, babe, chill. He was so hungry. But we had a good day, I talked to my mom about the appointment, everything. And I want to say this. I'm hoping I don't cry because there's a lot of things in my life that's sensitive to me. Very sensitive. Give me a sec. So, my mom, I've been avoiding my mother for about a month. I've been avoiding my mom, but my mom knows why. My mom's not perfect, but she is a mom. She's a good mom, I didn't realize. I know my mom has medical issues and stuff like that. And my mom, she already had 2 strokes. She's got a condition called fibromyalgia, where she hurts 24/7. She's got high blood pressure, bad joints. Mom's got a lot of things going on. But the thing that kind of woke me up the most regardless of the sour relationship, you know, the feelings and whatnot, my mom had an appointment yesterday as well. And she went to the appointment and everything. And they said that she was having some issues with her chest. And they wanted her to go yesterday to get the EKG done immediately, you know. Now, mind you, you know, mama, she don't have her own car, you know. I want her to, you know. My mama is gotten old. And my mom, she shows she loves her kids, even though most of us are fucked up. But what got me is this: my mom know that I would always be there for her, always. I'm taking it slow. I'm talking slow because I'm trying not to cry. But she would help out her kids 24/7, you know, and definitely always be there. Even if they really, really are fucked up. My mom called me after my appointment and she was like, how did your appointment go? And I told her, and she told me about hers and how she had to get an EKG done and everything. And I said, okay, well, are you going to go to the hospital yesterday? And she said, yeah. Right now, my little sister was doing some errands or whatever, and she was going to take her by the hospital to get it done. I said, okay, Mom, I said, you need to make sure that you get it done immediately because it's important, you know. So anyway, my husband and I decided to get lunch because he was hungry. Well, called me back and was like, I'm on my way to Lake City. I'm like, why are you going back home? She's like, oh, Mo got called in to go to work, and Mo is my little sister. My sister got called to go into work. I'm like, Mom, that's not more important than what needs to be done. You need to be at the hospital. You know, she's like, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I said, tomorrow's not promised. But I think she's still at home today, which I'm gonna call her in a minute. But the thing about me is my mom's done some things in my life that hurt me. And when I get to a point where I'm done with it, I choose to stay away. But what really woke me up was when I went to my mom's house and she gave me a paper for me to read, which I may actually have the copy. I believe she gave me a copy of it. Or she might have forgotten to give it back to me. Let me check real quick because I'm not sure if I have the copy anymore. I do a million paperworks and stuff. And guys, y'all know if you're dealing with DSS that you have to do all this paperwork and crap. And that's why it's important, like me trying to get the boys back in school. I mean, not back in school, but in daycare, which I gotta call this lady in a little bit and see if she's gonna let the kids go to that daycare, which I spoke to her yesterday. I don't have it, guys. I don't have the copy of her tests and stuff like that. I think I have forgot it because I was trying to get back to get my kids picked up from my sister. Because, you know, I don't like leaving my kids, you know, long period of time if I don't have to necessarily. So maybe she's got a lot of things going on with her. That's really bad. And it was talking about her spine, which her spine is like, it's not straight, it's like bent. It's bent in a very weird way, but it's been bent in a very weird way for like 5 years. And about 8 years ago, they wanted to say that it was her breast because my mom had really, really big breasts. So she got a breast reduction, and then come to find out a couple of years after that, it wasn't her breasts. She was mad. Anyway, she was supposed to have this spine exam done, and like she was supposed to have it done like 8 years ago. No, maybe 5 years ago. She was supposed to have it done. And I remember her telling me she was, you know, gonna have it done and everything. And, you know, she was waiting on the doctor and whatnot. And then all of a sudden getting the paperwork yesterday, she's got to get the same exam done. I said, Mom, I thought you got this exam done. She said, I was waiting on the doctor that I had, and the doctor never pushed it through. Sorry, I had an email. The doctor never pushed it through. I said, Mama, why didn't you tell me that? I thought you had this exam done. My mom needed that exam done. And in fact, she's got to get it done today. My husband, I would call him right now. I don't have a car right now because, well, I just don't have one. And, you know, our finances are very, you know, limited right now, you know, with our new home and everything, and trying to renovate it and get it together. And, you know, not everybody's got it perfect. So, you know, it's hard. But like I told my mom, I said, I'm trying to go back to work full time. I'm trying to do the whole work from home thing, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm trying to do it, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I have a lot of issues with this pregnancy and just so much concern. And it's just like one thing after another. It's like a block of Legos, you know, constant packing on top of each other, stacking on top of each other, you know. But that, I told my mama, I said, Mom, what kind of insurance do you have? She picked some insurance off the internet that you can get for free. And come to find out, there's like a lot of them like that. So now they're going to try and run her insurance to see if it's going to cover it. I don't believe it will. But like, you know, you got to have faith. It just might. So I'm trying to figure out some side hustles and things like that I can do to really, because I really know my mom needs it done. And my siblings is not gonna help. I know if my siblings see this video, they're gonna be mad at me, but you know what? Fuck out of here. You know, the truth is the truth, you know? Nobody's perfect. I get that, but being birthed into this world by an amazing woman, you know, she makes mistakes. It doesn't require you to have moments where you want to be heartless. So anyway, I'm trying to find side hustles and stuff like that so that I can help my mama. If, you know, whatever the bill is, you know, because she needs it done. And I don't want my mama to be in debt. So, yeah. There's a lot of things in my family that's going on. And it's just plain bullshit. Like, you know, I'm probably about 5 seconds from... I'm probably like this close from telling my mom to come live with me. But she's going to say no because she wants to live in her own home. My mama's health is deteriorating. And here, she'll have her own room and everything. You know, we probably wouldn't even fuck with her about bills or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's my mom. And she's older. And, you know, I got to figure out how to get her a car myself. You know, and it'll work out, you know. I'm a woman of faith. God assists through it. God assists through it. So guys, I know that I talk a lot, but you have learned that I am a talker. And I love talking about things on my mind. So I decided that I am going to create a chat later on today. And it's What's on My Mind. That's what it's going to be called. So if you're up for day one of What's on My Mind, it's going to probably be around 8, 9 o'clock tonight because I'm getting ready to go tend to these little boys. And I'm probably going to give them some melatonin so they can take their ass to sleep for a little bit. And I can get up and clean and cook. But if you're definitely down for that, I will see you guys for What's on My Mind. Oh, also, I got the okay to work out. Just not strenuous stuff. But I'm just not confident in what they've given me. Just not there yet and believing it, you know. I have my reasons to, and I'm gonna stick with vlogging. So if you're wanting to just hear my voice and hear what I have to say, I will see you guys later on tonight for What's on My Mind. And guys, take care of yourself and each other. Remember that life is too short and that, you know, it gets to a point where you gotta, you know, learn to forgive people. And my mom is not perfect. But I know out of everybody, not meaning my husband now, my husband will always be there, you know, of course. But my mom, out of everybody in my family, that's my rock. Now, my other rocks, they passed away, of course. But my mom, that's my rock. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys later.